Sixth Governor of the great state of New Jersey, the Honorable Philip Murphy.
Thank you, Mayor and members of Council, for hosting us so graciously tonight. I acknowledge the cavalcade of VIPs up here with me from both sides of the aisle, importantly. A shout out to our first responders, fire, police, sheriffs, the Boy Scouts doing us proud. Great rendition, by the way, of the national anthem. Let's hear it for you ladies one more time. And I want to give a particular shout out to Governor DeFrancesco. For this day is not abstract for any of us, but it's particularly not abstract for him because he was in the seat on September 11th, 2001. It's hard to believe it was 19 years ago. I had the honor of representing with my wife Tammy this morning the state of New Jersey and New York City at the annual memorial service, which, as it is every year, it was extraordinarily moving. Again, representatives from both sides of the aisle, and that's a good thing. Vice President Pence, Vice President Biden, and many others. And one of the things that strikes us every single year after the bells have rung, we walk around the base of each of the two towers and we try to find out some of the Jersey folks we knew. By the way, 704 lost lives from this state on 9/11 and the days that followed. It's almost unfathomable. And one of the things you realize when you walk around, you meet people randomly. Some folks you know. We've now met a few families that we see every year, but you just walk up and ask, who did you lose? And you hear about the lives that were lost, whether they were at Cantor Fitzgerald or Aon or a firefighter or a Port Authority police officer, whatever. We met a mom today who lost her son and wife. They were both working at Windows on the World, the restaurant, and they both perished that day. And so one of the things that it struck me over the past 6 months, where we've gone through now a loss of over 14,000 people in this state, and as much as the numbers matter, because you have to be reminded of the scale, we can never forget the precious individual lives that were lived and were lost. And so I was reading up about Chris and Liz, who I never met, but Chris is a guy who sounded like he was bigger than life. He was on his way in a financial services career. Liz sounds like she was a retail star on her way to a big conference, and they were both cut down in their prime. And they shared a bond with this community, this great quintessential New Jersey community. They shared a reality that they were both young, and sadly a reality that no longer with us. So not just the numbers, the overwhelming scale of loss 19 years ago today, of over 700, over the past 6 months of over 14,000. But I guess my reflection today is, let's remember not just the numbers and the scale, but let's remember the precious individual lives that were lived so beautifully and lost so tragically. So may God continue to bless the great people of this state, the state of New Jersey, and the United States of America. Thank you.